All right, Shalom. Call Halayim Laya Habashim Shabbat Shem Rakakodash. Double honors, most peace, love, and salutation to the brothers from his work and truth and sincerity. Shalom. This is the brother Batak back again through the spirit with another lesson. Lord will it be edifying. This is real quick lesson through the spirit. As you know, recently it is believed that America is responsible for the destruction of the Nord Stream 1 and 2 by way of maybe detonation or bombs. They have destroyed the gas pipeline known as Nord Stream 1 and 2 that is connected to Europe, and that's where Europe gets most of their power supply. So it is believed that America is responsible for what happened to the Nord Stream 1 and 2, and this is gonna, Lord willing, play a big part in Edoms or the European Union turning their backs on America and burning her with fire, like it says in the book of the book of Revelations, chapter 17, I believe it's verse 15. As it say, hey, they shall hate the whore and burn her with fire. Let me get that real quick. Lord willing, I think that's the right scripture, 17 and 15. No. Let me get it. Hate the whore. Oh, it's actually verse 16. This is Revelation 17, and verse 16 says, "And the 10 horns, which represents the European Union, which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall burn her with, it shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." So America's allies, known as NATO, is going to turn their backs on America because of something that America's going to do. And this might be the catalyst for America's allies turning their backs on her. Lord willing, it is, man. Or this plays a big, huge part in America's allies turning their backs on her, man. Because the Europeans, they depend on Russia for a lot of their, resources. And America already doesn't like that Russia has the upper hand on its allies. But it all's going to play according to prophecy. Now, let me go to the book of Obadiah. Obadiah chapter 1. I'm going to get straight to the point. I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, "How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?" Because what? The Lord is exposing this so-called white man for all of his wicked deeds that he have been executing in the earth. And the Lord is using, the internet to expose him. It's nothing the elites can do about the internet, because the Lord is in control of that, by way of for the elect to push out the word. That's why the internet was created. So the Lord is searching out Esau, man. He's exposing them before he brings them down. Verse 7, "All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee to the border." Now let's go to that word confederacy. See what that word definition is. Okay, the word confederacy, it means a covenant, alliance, agreement. Now, what is an example of that? NATO. NATO is an agreement. It's a treaty. North Atlantic Treaty Organization. I believe that's what it's called. It says between men. It says alliance, a treaty, alliance, league, man to man, constitution, ordinance, monarch to subjects, agreement, pledge, man to man, of alliance of friendship, alliance of marriage. Between. Okay, so you get it. The word phase is covenant making, covenant keeping, So America's actually with, America is a part of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. But all of the men of America's confederacy are going to bring them to the border. They're going to bring them into what? What that word? I think I just looked up that word border. It means nah, that's not. Let's keep reading. It says, "All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace thee have deceived thee, and prevailed against thee They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. Now, that's the word I was thinking of. That's what I just looked up, the word wound. The word wound means a net or trap, a plot. So America's allies is ultimately going to end up plotting against them. Now the word dubious is also a definition for the word wound. It means puzzling, occasional doubting, or uncertainty. Because ultimately, according to prophecy, America's ally is going to turn on her, man. And this is going to play a huge part in that. Okay, it says doubtful, hesitation in opinion. Let's keep on. Moving two ways. Wavering in opinion, doubt, undecided between two things. And that's the spirit, because ultimately the European Union ain't gonna know where they're gonna stand between America and Russia, man. Ultimately, they're gonna stand on the side of Russia, and they're gonna burn America with fire. So the European Union is gonna be fraught with uncertainty or doubt. They're gonna ultimately turn their backs on America and burn it with fire, like the scripture says. So they're gonna trap. They're gonna be. They're gonna have America's enemy. So like your allies is gonna perceive them and lay a wound under them, which is a trap. And like the definition says, big WS, they're gonna be uncertain. They're gonna be caught between two things. They're gonna either side with Russia or they're gonna side with America in this next world war. Okay, verse 8, it says, shall not in that day, said Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? Oh, so like I meant to finish verse 7. It says, there is none understanding in him. Okay, verse 8. Shall I not in that day, said Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understand out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. So let's go to that word slaughter. The word slaughter is, it says a violent death. So it's very self-explanatory, man. Esau is going to be cut off by way of slaughter. Verse 10, it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. That means there's not going to be any Edomites. After that 1,000-year period is served, the nation of Edom is going to be eradicated, according to the Obadiah, the very last few verses. All Esau is going to be cut off by slaughter, man. It's not going to be not a couple Edomites, not one Edomite. Their whole lineage, their whole seed line is going to be wiped the fuck out, man. They're going to be extinct. There's not going to be no such thing as an Edomite anymore, because the Lord has no need for you anymore. The Lord's going to do away with you Edomites, man. He's going to terminate you, extinct you, destroy you, man. Verse 10, it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And that in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that strangers carried away his captives, his forces, and foreigners into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on thy brother on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Right, so these Edomites have been our enemies for generations. They are also cheered on, the other nations when they ultimately took us down. According to Psalms, Psalms, raise it even to the foundation thereof, destroy it. Whenever Jacob suffered, you Edomites loved that, man. or we in a state of being in distress. So much so that even when you had your hands on our people, you didn't spare. You know? Okay, let's see. Verse 13, it says, thou shouldst have not entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Right, 70 AD. You know, you should never did 70 AD. And among many other atrocities that you did, that's just one of them. It says, yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Right. You're sacking the temple. You'll take all our precious things out of the temple, kill the women, kill the men. A great slaughter, man. All in the name of your hatred towards the nation of Israel. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those that did of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those that of his that did remain in the day of distress. Right? Because if Jake ran away, man, Esau, you chased after him. You showed no pity towards our people. Even throughout history and even here in the society of America, you didn't show no mercy towards the nation of Israel. So no mercy shall be shown to you. I'm going to get a real quick precept. Psalms 109. Okay, 109 and 12. It says, let there be none to extend mercy unto him, neither let there be any to favor his father, his children. So there's not going to be anybody that's going to show mercy unto you once we get our hands on you, Esau, Edom, so-called white people. Nobody's going to extend mercy to you. The book of James chapter 4 tells you that, chapter 2 tells you that there's not going to be no mercy for Esau. There's no mercy for the so-called white man. So you show no mercy, you ain't gonna get no mercy. The scripture says you will reap what you sow. So Lord willing, this Nord Stream 2 destruction pays a heavy price for the American people and cause her enemies to look at her the wrong way. Only time will tell, man. Only time will tell. But let me see. I ain't want to make this lesson too long. I'm gonna get James real quick. James chapter 2 verse 13. It says, for he shall have judgment without mercy that hath shewed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. So the Lord is gonna have judgment without mercy to those who have shown no mercy. You know, so Esau didn't show no mercy towards our people, therefore he's not going to receive any mercy from the Lord. Ultimately, when the Lord put his hands, started to execute judgment upon the nation of Edom, there ain't going to be no mercy for you, man. No mercy whatsoever for you so-called white people. And that's because you didn't show no mercy. You did not pity the young or the old when it came down to Israelites, man. So you're going to reap what you have sown throughout the earth. And we can't wait till the Lord start to execute judgment and we be able to get our hands upon you devils, man. And you're going to pay the ultimate price, man. You're going to pay with your life. And that's something that you got to do. You know, ain't no escaping from judgment. We had to undergo, you know, what we went through. We did it. And now it's your turn. You prevailed for a season, but now it's time for you to fall. You know, so just real quick, man, quick update. It's just something that was on my spirit. I wanted to get Obadiah. All the friends of thy confederacy have brought thee to the gate, because America's allies are going to turn on her, man. And we seeing that unfold. The Lord is up, you know, the Lord is bringing this place down, man. You know, America's going to do some shit that's going to get her some hot water. And this is an example of that, man. So with that, I'm going to close out by saying, Kahalayam La Yahaba Shemel Shabba Hashem Rakah Kodash Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Much peace, love, and salutations to the brothers doing this work in truth and sincerity. I want to say Shalom, Kum Yasha Allah, Wa Abba Baba, Wa Abba Adawam, Shalom.